Goblet of the Truth Index by Dr. Ron Pleune, drpleune@gmail.com.
Consequences. You are responsible for all and everythings. Chapter 25. Lines 2-160, 2-165.
What you therefore bring upon yourselves in terms of thoughts and feelings, vices, addictions, stinginess and envy, passions, bad character, unvirtues, lovelessness, jealousy and strife, inequity, irresponsibility, as well as unrighteousness, respectlessness, decencylessness and consciencelessness, etc. No one can solve, resolve and lead into the right lines except you yourselves. If it were otherwise, then the real truth of all truth would be merely an insignificance. And thus, the whole creation, the universal consciousness and universe, would collapse in itself. Yes, the whole could not even have arisen, and therefore could not have become existent. As you yourselves are responsible for all and everything, you must free yourselves from all senseless belief teachings, forget every imaginary godly coercion for atonement, and set yourselves a culmination point in the truthly truth, so that you humankind of earth, strive only for this culmination point, and cast away and dissolve every belief. If mere words are your truth, this avails you nothing, not even if you can recite long words and phrases word for word, out of the memory, and thus assume that you can therewith teach yourselves and your fellow human beings. Truly, all this doing avails you nothing if you have not found the real truth, and do not act according to it, if you do not direct and arrange your thoughts and feelings, and your whole earthly existence, according to the effective truth. But if you do this, then it must be an implicitness for you, that has practically passed over into your flesh and blood, and that cannot be separated from you any more. And only if this is so, will you be able to gain out of the eternal truth, the value of the true love, the peace, the freedom and harmony. And indeed in the wise how everything is given through the message of the truth that you bear in yourselves, and how it is realized through the creational recommendations and laws. You shall recognize yourselves by your own values, by your thoughts and feelings, by your deeds, by your activities, and by everything you do, to which your words and speeches that you make in the daily life of your earthly existence also belong. Thus also your thoughts and feelings belong to your doing, which in their effects must not be underestimated. So you cannot think that thoughts and feelings are free of duty, and in this regard you think that you cannot be brought to account for them, because they take place on a level that is unreachable through material hands and courts. But therein you delude yourselves in the wise, because you will be called to account for them sooner or later in yourselves. If you humankind of earth, nourish thoughts and feelings in an unconsiderate wise, then you unconsiderately indulge in a dangerous game and in an unconsiderate delusion, that you can come forth out of it untouched. But you are tremendously wrong in this, because your thoughts and feelings belong to your inner course substantialness. Therefore they also carry out their effects in yourselves, to which you must bow, and indeed whether you want to or not. This means, however, that the consequences of your own thoughts and feelings sooner or later demand accountability from you. Therefore you must stand up for them in your own inner nature, because only therethrough can the consciousness raise itself up with regard to its evolution. Search for the truth in your thoughts, and let them also jointly swing in your feelings in such a wise that only everything noble awakens in you. So you do not sink into confusing lownesses, and you do not imagine that no one can perceive your thoughts and feelings.